Welcome back once again, all of my low carb friends, and for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. Today we have another recipe by request. Frappe Lover 621 asked if I knew how to make Jamaican cocoa bread using coconut flour. And yes, I do know how to make Jamaican cocoa bread using coconut flour. And for those of you who don't know what Jamaican coconut bread is, it's bread that's made with coconut milk, and in this case coconut flour and butter. It's kind of like a sweet roll, except for it's shaped kind of looking like a taco. It's buttery on the outside, nice and soft on the inside, very lightly sweet to your taste. It's delicious, and you can eat it however you would eat any other bread. You can make sandwiches out of it. It can be a side dish in your dinner. However you want to eat your bread, you can use this cocoa bread instead. It's very tasty. And if you want a printable version of this, you can check out my website at janetsdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. You can find printable versions of this and other goodies there for you. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see lots of easy, delicious keto recipes, make sure you click that subscribe button and click the notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button. That way you could be notified every time I put out videos every Wednesday and Saturday. And if you'd like to help support the channel, make sure you scroll down in the description of the video. You'll see some Amazon affiliate links. Anytime you purchase anything using those Amazon affiliate links, a small portion of your purchase will go to me and will help to support the channel. You'll also see a link to Jave Cafe. Anytime you purchase anything through that Jave Cafe link, a portion of your purchase will also go to me and help support the channel. So, while you do all that, let's get cooking. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Line a large baking sheet with parchment paper. In a small bowl or large measuring cup, combine a half cup of room temperature coconut milk and 2 tablespoons of butter. Place it in the microwave and microwave on high for about 30 seconds or until the butter is completely melted and the milk is warm. Once the butter is completely melted, use a fork and stir the melted butter and the milk together, then set it aside for just a minute. In a small mug, place 2 tablespoons of butter and again microwave on high for about another 30 seconds or until the butter is completely melted. Once the butter is melted, remove it from the microwave, give it a little stir with a fork, then set it aside for just a minute. In a large mixer bowl, combine 14 tablespoons of coconut flour, 1.5 tablespoons of monk fruit sweetener or granulated sweetener of your choice. You can use more or less of the sweetener depending on how sweet you want your cocoa bread, a half teaspoon of salt, and 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Sift or whisk these all together until they're fully combined and there are no lumps in the dry ingredients. Take your bowl with the melted butter and coconut milk mixture and add it to the dry ingredients. Then beat on low for about 10 seconds or just until the dry ingredients has been moistened. Then increase the speed to medium-low and beat on medium-low for about another 30 seconds or until everything is fully combined and crumbly. Scrape down the sides of the bowl if needed and push all the ingredients to the center of the bowl. Add 3 large room temperature eggs. Make sure they are room temperature so they beat into the dough more smoothly. Again, beat on low for another 10 seconds or just until the eggs start becoming incorporated with the other ingredients. Then increase your speed to medium and beat on medium for another 30 seconds or until everything is fully combined. Scrape down the sides of the bowl once again and push all the ingredients to the center of the bowl. Form the dough into a ball and massage the dough ball for about 1 minute. This is to test out the texture. You want to make sure that your ingredients is starting to stick together and that it is smooth and lightly moist. Add 2 more tablespoons of melted butter. Then again, beat on low for another 10 seconds or just until the butter starts becoming incorporated with the other ingredients. Then increase the speed to medium and beat on medium or until everything is fully combined and your dough is beginning to become smooth. Sprinkle in a 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum and a 1/4 cup of warm water. Then once again, beat on low for about 10 seconds or just until the xanthan gum and the water starts becoming combined with the other ingredients. Then again, increase the speed to medium and beat on medium again for another 30 seconds or until everything is fully combined and you have a smooth dough. And once again, scrape down the sides of the bowl if needed. Push all the dough to the center of the bowl. And again, form the dough into a ball and massage the ball for another 1 minute. Again, this is to make sure the texture. You should have a smooth, soft, slightly moist dough. And as you are massaging it, it should not be sticking to your fingers or crumbling into the bowl. It should be sticking together, and you should be able to roll it into a tight ball without it crumbling. After you've massaged it for 1 minute, roll it back into the ball and let it sit for about 3 to 5 minutes. This is just to make sure that the xanthan gum fully sets in and that all the ingredients are fully locking together. Divide the dough into 4 equal portions, then roll each portion into a tight, smooth ball. Place a piece of parchment paper on a clean work surface and place one of the dough portions in the center of the parchment paper. Then press or roll the dough out to a circle that's about 6 inches in diameter and about anywhere from 1/8 to 1/4 inch thick, depending on how thick you want your bread. Now I have a 6-inch saucepan lid, so I just use that to measure out the diameter of my circle. However you want to measure it, as long as it is 6 inches in diameter. Once it's rolled out to a circle that's about 6 inches in diameter, then take your mug with the melted butter and lightly brush the surface of the dough circle with the butter. Keep the parchment paper attached to the dough, grasp the end of the parchment paper, and very carefully fold the circle in half. It's going to kind of look like a taco shell. And very lightly press it just to seal it together slightly. You don't want to press it all the way through, just very gently press it. Then remove the parchment paper. Make sure that as you're folding it, the dough stays smooth. If there are any cracks or creases in your dough, just lightly moisten your fingers and rub the cracks or creases out. You want this to be completely smooth. Otherwise, after it's baked, it will be crumbly. Once it's folded and smooth, remove it from the parchment paper and carefully set it onto your prepared baking sheet. Then repeat the process until all of the dough has been shaped and folded, so you have 4 cocoa bread pieces. Once they're all shaped and on your baking sheet, once again lightly brush the top of each one of them with some more melted butter. If you've ran out of melted butter in your mug, you can always melt more as needed. Then place it in your preheated oven and bake at 350 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes or just until the underside and the edges are lightly golden. Be careful not to overcook it because it will dry out very quickly. Once it's done baking, remove it from the oven and immediately brush the tops with some more melted butter. Once the butter's been brushed on the top, allow the cocoa bread to sit on the pan for about 5 minutes. After it's set for 5 minutes, turn the cocoa bread over. The underside should be slightly browned. Then brush the underside with some more melted butter. Then allow it to sit again for at least 5 more minutes so the butter can soak in. Once it's sat for at least 5 minutes, you can eat these immediately while they're warm, or you can allow them to cool completely and store them in an airtight container at room temperature for up to 3 days. Eat and enjoy. And that's our recipe of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see more videos like this, make sure you click that thumbs up like button, click that subscribe button, leave me a comment if you want to. Let me know if there's any recipes that you'd like to learn how to make, and I'll do what I can to get those out there for you. And as always, keep cooking.